underneath our hip joints. So if you're not sure, you can bring them together and separate them out into a V and then parallel. So that's good there. And then we're going to roll the feet out, give the outer foot a good stretch, and then roll in. And let's do that a few times and kind of relax the body so that you can feel the body moving depending what the feet are doing. Just go with it, just really easy, really relaxed. Depending on our foot position, our pelvis and our whole posture changes. So when we have a nice strong foot position, we can have a nice strong mid position up through all the way up to our neck. So we're going to build up that strength now, rising up onto our toes, just coming off that acorn there. And then slowly lowering down. And let's bring the ball up overhead. Nice stretch and change hands. And lift. And lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale, lower. One more. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, lower. And we're going to walk the feet apart. And we're going to again rise up onto our toes, but this time with a little bend in the knees. So bend your knees, point them outwards and lift up. Inhale. And lower the heels. Exhale. Breathe in. And out. So we're keeping a nice open heart, open chest. How lucky are we outside doing this today? One more. Great. And then we're going to hold the ball in both hands and we're going to do some squats. So sending the hips back, 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 as if sitting on a chair that's a bit too far away from you. And then rising up and coming up onto the toes. And coming into our squat. Hips go back, back, back so that the knees aren't over the toes. Press the knees back, that's good. And rising up. So when we're in this squat position, we want to try and keep our spine quite straight. So that's why we lift the ball up. Working on our balance as we lift the ankles. And two more. Lift and lower. And last one. Lift and lower. And we're going to come around. I call this one the windmill. So all the way around. We're going to send those hips back behind. So it's like a squat as we come down. Sending the knees out, sending the hips back. And then change direction. Inhale. This is a great one to get the energy levels lifted. So if you're tired and you want to start exercising, start off with this one. Bring the hips back, back, back. Yay! Oh, she doesn't know it's us. Never work with children or animals. So she'll know it's us now. She's saying, you can come and lie with us. We're going to reach out one arm and lifting up. It's like we're passing the ball to someone. And then coming into a squat and reaching across. Reach, reach, reach. And squat. Lift and reach. And squat. Shoulders away from the ears. Remember we spoke about the pelvis last time, so we're going to try and keep the tailbone tucked in, hugging in through the tummy. One more each way. Reach. Good. Okay, so come to the middle. We're going to squash the ball. Wake up the muscles around the shoulders, send the shoulders away from the ears. Neutral pelvis, so just tilt the pelvis back a little bit. So we're hugging in here, nice and tall through the spine. We're going to bend the knees. Feel a stretch in the calves. Lift the heels. Straighten the knees and lifting up. And slowly lower the heels. Bend. Lift the heels. Straightening up. And slowly lower the heels. Bend. Lift. Straighten. And slowly lower down. Bend. Lift, straighten, slowly lower, last one, bend, lift, straighten, and down. Great. Oh, Sandy, hope that's not in the video. Remember that one is. Okay, so we're going to leave the ball down to the side. We'll come back to that later. And we're going to stand about halfway up the mat. You can face each other. Okay, we're going to reach up. This is like a yoga sun salute. Reaching up, getting a nice stretch up through the front of the body. And then taking the arms out and down. Soft knees. Let's roll down. Let the head lead the way. Arms hang down, nice and loose. Stretch through the spine. Inhale. Exhale. I'm going to bring the hands down in front and heels are back behind lifted. Soft knees. And we're going to walk the heels from side, walk the hips from side to side. Walk one heel to the floor, then the other. Great. And then bend both knees. Lift your bum up, up, up. Good. And lower the knees down. Chin and chest low. We're going to scoop forwards and up into cobra. Breathe in. Breathing out into downward dog again. Bend the knees, lift the hips and walk the hips from side to side. One heel to the floor, then the other. Exaggerate that side sway. So as your right heel comes down, bring your hips to the left. And then lift. As your left heel comes down, bring your hips to the right. One more. Good. Okay, so we're going to then step forward with the right foot right in between the hands. Okay, let's leave the left knee on the floor. Nice stretch through the front of the hip. We're going to lift the arms, breathing and lifting up. Inhale and exhale. Bring the hands down. Step the foot back. Bend the knees, lift the hips. Again, I'm going to sway the hips from side to side. We're going to step the left foot forward. Hover the knee, or lower the knee, lift the arms. Let's stretch the front of the body with a nice inhale. Looking up to the leaves. And exhale, bring the arms down. Downward dog again. Sway those hips, stretch those hips from side to side. Great. Lovely. And from here, we're going to come forward into plank with a little bend in the elbows. And we're going to tip one shoulder with the opposite hand and put it back down again. And change. And alternate. Shoulder taps. So we can exaggerate our movements. We're kind of turning a little from side to side to begin with. And then we're going to try and keep still. So our still plank, hips down, chin tucked in, and shoulder taps. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Amazing. Bend the knees. Bring your hips back. Well done. Let's move the chin and chest forwards and come forward into cobra. Push up. Nice deep breath in. And breathing out. Come into a shell stretch. So we're going to keep our knees out wide. Stretch the arms forward. Walk the hands off to the side. Take a nice deep breath in to stretch out your lower back. Inhale to expand the breath into the lower back. And a long breath out. Cross to the other side. Slow but full inhale into the lower back. Long exhale. Great. Let's come to the center, into all fours. Remember last week we did this exercise where we imagined we were pushing a box back behind us. And we're going to do that with the opposite arm again today. Arm and opposite leg. Keeping nice and still. Keep the chin tucked in. Keeping the head aligned with the rest of the spine. This is so good for your posture. Just going to get you to lift up the spine up a little bit. Lift up. So you're kind of hovering your breastbone up just a little and shoulders away from you. That's really good. Sometimes we can drop down in the middle. So lift up. Good. We don't want to lift up too high with the leg. Keep the heel same height as the hip. Lift up in the middle. Good. Keep lift up in the middle. Good. That you're really engaging loads of stability muscles there. Last one each side. Well done. We're going to cross the arms. Rest your head down onto your arms. This is a really nice position to pause in when you've been doing a tougher exercise. There's a relaxation pressure point just between your eyebrows. So just leaning through that point through your arms and take a slow breath in. And a long breath out. Okay, we're going to engage our core muscles. So hugging in lower tummy, lower back, under the pelvis. And we're going to lift one leg up and fold that knee. So you're bringing your foot towards your hip and straighten out again. Fold and straighten. Fold and straighten. And last one, fold and straighten and fold the knee under. Opposite leg lifting up. Fold the knee and straighten. Point the toes and straighten. As you bend your knee, try not to lower your knee down. Keep it lifted so that you feel a stretch at the front of your thigh. That's it. Great. Folding in under. Opposite leg, we're going to mix it up a little now. Lift the leg up and we're going to cross over the midline. Bring the foot to the other side. Nice stretch there. And lift back up and out to the other side. So we've got an inner thigh stretch going on. Lifting up, 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 up. Glutes getting nice and strong. Over to the other side. Foot to the floor. Nice stretch. Back up. Out to the other side. Begin to just bring your hips back a little bit. A little stretch. And one more. Lifting up. Over and down. Lifting up. Deep breath in. Breathing out, lower down. Let's bring those hips further back now. So it's like a shell stretch, but our leg is out to the side. Breathing in. And breathing out, come forwards. Cross the arms, rest your head down. Bring the leg up and in, and change sides. So opposite leg is lifting, and we're taking the leg across and down to the floor. Feel the stretch. Breathe in and out. Lift, over, out. Good. Up, over. Feel the stretch. Take a deep breath in. Breathing out, lift your leg up in the middle and out to the other side. Let's come back with the hips a little bit with this one. Take a nice breath in, legs out to the side. Breathing out, lift the leg up in the middle, up and over. In our stretch, we keep the leg there with a nice deep breath in. Breathing out, lift. And out to the other side. Let's bring the hips all the way back as far as we feel comfortable. Nice inhale to stretch. And exhale, move forwards, lift the leg and folding in. Well done. That's loads of work and nice stretching. I'm going to sit the hips back in the heels with the knees out to the sides. Stretch those arms. Let's create space all the way along our spine. Personally, I grew in my 20s when I did Pilates. I think I stretched out the spaces between my spine. I actually grew about a centimetre. So really feel, walk the fingers down the mat, just giving everything space. Let's walk the hands over to the right. Left hand over the right hand, breathe in and out. Cross to the other side. Inhale. Breathing out. Back to the center. Great. And we're going to do thread the needle in all fours. We thread one hand underneath. Rest the head down. Lovely stretch. Let's take 2 slow deep breaths here. Fill up your lungs, feel the stretch in your chest, your rib cage. And now we're going to use the other hand to push up. And the arm that was reaching under, we're going to reach up to the leaves. Take a nice deep breath in. And breathing out. Reach under. 2 slow deep breaths. Exhale, push into the floor. Lift up towards the leaves. And one more. Yeah, just rest and take some deep breaths there. And push into the floor. On that exhale, lift. Up, up, up. And down. Opposite arm. We're reaching under. Thread through. Let's do 2 slow deep breaths. Use your breath out to push up. Lift up towards the leaves. Pick a leaf. Any leaf. And under. And again. Reaching up. Last one. And reaching up, lifting up. Such a nice stretch. Wonderful. And we're going to sit on the mat and get that ball tucked in for a little bit of support. We had our knees bent, so it's going to feel nice to straighten them now. And taking off where we left off from last week. So we were tilting our pelvis back and sort of learning how to hug in the tummy rather than let the tummy come out with effort, just hugging in with effort. And then drawing out with one arm, following your hand, shoulder away from the ear, and draw the arm to in front. Opposite arm out to the side, keep hugging in lower tummy. Inhale, exhale, reach forwards and up, breathe in. Breathe out, little bend in the knees, fold forwards and rest. Inhale. Exhale, reaching up. And come back, hugging in. Out to one side, inhale. exhale. Out to the other side. Let's keep those shoulders away from the ears. And forward. Inhale, exhale, lift. Breathe in and breathing out. You can soften your knees just as much as you need to. Feel the stretch. Inhale, exhale, reach forwards and up. Last one. Coming back a little bit further, hugging in, reaching out through one side and forward. Through the other side. Inhale and exhale. Reaching forwards and up. Let's see if we can keep the knees a little straighter this time as we fold forwards. Just bend as much as you need to. Breathe in and out. Reach forwards and up. And we're going to take the ball away. Actually going to put the ball between your ankles. We're going to lean back through our hands. You can put the heels, the hands on the edge of the mat, and then lift the breastbone and draw the shoulders back so it feels quite opening through the shoulders. And we're hugging in our tummy to make our feet lighter and lighter. And we're going to hop over the ball. So that's a new one. Whoops. Well done. Okay, great. Center. We're going to come back onto our elbows and lift one leg up and down. Opposite leg up and down. Alternate sides. Trying to keep the little hollow underneath your lower back. So when you lift the leg, don't let your back drop down. Imagine the ball is underneath your lower back. So you won't be able to lift quite as high, but that's all preparation for that classic Pilates boat position where we would have both legs up in the air. Not today. We're working towards that, girls. So lift the breastbone, feel the back muscles working. One more each side. Imagine the other leg is lifting up. And last one, imagine the other leg's going to lift. Well done. That's great. And we're going to hold the ball and we're going to roll all the way down, down, down. Inhale, stretch the arms back. Exhale, reach forwards and up. Really tall through the spine. We want those strong back muscles. Inhale and exhale, rolling back. Breathe in, stretch. And out to move. Breathe in. And out. One long breath out for the whole roll down. Breathe in, hold. Breathe out. Breathe in. And out. Well done. Excellent. Okay, so from here, we're going to use the ball underneath the pelvis. But you can really feel if you're on a hill. Bit different from being in the perfectly flat studio. We did this last week, just sliding the hips a little bit from side to side, just loosening out through the back. And now let's find a mid position and just check the ball feels like it's really in the middle. And we're going to go through this single tabletop position. One leg up, 90 degrees at the knee, 90 degrees at the hip. Great. Now let's see if we can go through, that's scissors level 1. We're going to try and pass the legs by. So one leg lifts as the other leg lowers. Just really hugging in through the core. So you're just touching your toes lightly to the floor. Do you know what? Just enjoy the class and we might just pose for a few after so you can just get to relax and enjoy. So then we're going to pause in a double tabletop position, really making sure to hug in through the core, and we're going to reach one leg forward and down, slowly down, 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 and then fold the leg in. Opposite leg forward, reach with your heel, bring the leg down, 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 and fold the leg in. Alternate sides, hugging in. And I'm going to come around and see how you are doing. So, you okay? You going off? So reach one leg forward. Very good. Now pause there. Just tuck the tailbone in slightly. So you're going to come here. Now tilt your pelvis back. Not so much, just ever so slightly, so that you feel the tummy's carrying the weight of the leg. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then fold in. Good. You okay? So reach forward with one leg. Straight, straight, straight. And you want to keep the pelvis kind of tucked in, hugging in, so that you feel the tummy carrying the leg, and then fold in. Are you getting a little clickiness? Yeah. Okay, so what you want to do to stop that clickiness is maybe don't go down so far, and just make sure your ribs are down and you're hugging in the tummy. Is that okay? So this is one leg stretch. We want to straighten the knee, hug in the tummy, hug in the tummy, hug in the tummy, and then fold in the leg. That's it. And again, opposite leg. You can pull your toes back towards you. Hug in, hug in, hug in, and then fold in. Okay, Amelia really wants me to take photos, so that means you have to do one more each side. Okay, everyone stretch out one leg at the same time. Yay! Okay, good. Well done. Let's do some single knee hugs. So bring the ball in front of your hip. Here. And just hugging back and forth. So that's a restful one. Just feel how nice it is. And then change sides. Great. And we're going to leave the ball out now. We're just going to put our arms underneath our pelvis and come up onto our, I might just take off my watch for this. It'll dig in. Come up into our double tabletop position. And let's see, can we straighten both legs out and hug in through the core and then fold in the knees. So we're reaching both legs forward, hugging in through the core and folding back in. So all of this, we're leading up to maybe on the last session being able to do the boat, which is really tough, but it's a gradual process, just building up the strength. Inhale, use that exhale to pull in the core. Inhale, fold in, and breathing out. You can lift the head, look forwards, watch the tummy hugging in. Breathe in, rest the head down, and last two, looking forwards. Breathe in and out. Well done. So double knee hugs now, ankles crossed, and rock from side to side. Wonderful. One foot down and then the other. That's great. And we're going to just take the arms up and close the hands together. That's our closed book position. And take the arms to open book position out to the side. Close book. Feel the core working. Open book. Feel the chest and heart area opening. Close book. open book. Just welcoming all that is well every time. Close book. Keeping it there. Inhale, open book. Exhale, close book. Open book. We're going to bring the legs up into double tabletop. I'm going to roll the knees to one side. Inhale, hold. Exhale, hugging in through the core and going through to the other side. Inhale, hold. Exhale. All the way over. Turn your head in the opposite direction to the knees. Breathe in. Breathing out to move. Inhale. Exhale. Have a think about which exercises you'd like to practice during the week. Which ones have you really felt you're able to do but are nice and challenging? I have to say you've been all able to do all of them, so that's really good for a start. Notice how we use the breath. Using the breath out for the challenging part of the movement. Breathing in for the stretch. And breathing out for that last challenge over to the other side, turning the head in the opposite direction. Inhale and exhale back to the middle. Well done. From here, we're going to come up into kneeling. We're going to work on clamshell. Last week we did clamshell lying on our elbow. We're going to do it kneeling this week. We definitely want to make sure we've no acorns hiding under our knees, under the mat, because that would feel horrible. Yeah, you'll know, you'll feel them. If you feel one, just move off to the side. Ready. So we're just going to start some pelvic tilts. Tilting the pelvis. So it's like we're bringing our sitting bones closer to the floor, but these pelvic bones at the front are coming up a little. And then we tilt the other way. Exhale, tilt back. Tummy's hugging in. Inhale, tilt forwards, back is arching. 2 more. Finding our mid position. Good. We're going to hold that, bring the arms out to the sides, and we're going to lift one knee out, balance, and down. Alternate sides. Kind of the feet kind of stay together. And down. Shoulders away from the ears. And last one. Great. And then we're going to come out with one leg, down to the mat with the other hand, and then straighten out that lifted leg. Enjoy a nice stretch over and bring the hand and the foot down. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. One more. Fold in. On up we come. Clamshell with the other side. Hand comes down and stretching out the leg. Come up and over for a stretch, that top arm, and lower hand and foot down. Lift and lower. Great. Keep the neutral pelvis again, tucking in the tailbone a little. Feel the tummy working with you. Luckily she's not beside the microphone. I've got it. No, it's good. So we're going to draw in the leg and come back up. Well done. And interlink the fingers. We're going to do a windmill again. So coming up, over, and then bring the hips back as you draw the arms forward. Bring the hips forward as you bring the arms up. Bring the hips back as the hands reach forward. Let's change direction. Lovely, that's great. And coming down. So from here we are going to just lie onto our tummy and interlink the fingers for a swan dive. So this is again one we did last week. Really, really good for your posture. So we're going to keep the pubic bone imprinted so you feel the tummy muscles working, and just hover the head up and slowly lower down. Let's do a few of these so I can see how you're getting on, and before we progress on. You girls are very fast learners. Well done, you're all doing really well with that. So we're going to now pause and hold that position of the head, and we're going to lift the right leg just off the floor. So straight knee, the hip muscles are really working, and then lower that leg down. Opposite, keep the head hovering, opposite leg lifts. Inhale and exhale, lower down, relax the head. Lifting up again, chin tucked in. Keep the pubic bone imprinted as the leg hovers, and slowly down, and again. Keep the leg there. Now this time we're going to see, can we lift the opposite leg so both legs are straight and hovering. I'm going to reach one arm forward and fold back in. Opposite arm forward and back in. Working away. One more each side. Beautiful, and relax. Just let your head turn to one side, let your eyes gently close. We're going to take a slow inhale just to expand through the chest, feel nice and relaxed. And a really long breath out. Just feel your body getting really heavy down into the mat. Another slow breath in. And then we're going to engage the core so the body's feeling light again, and bring your head back into swan dive, hovering the head. And we're going to circle our arms around to our sides, palms facing each other. Drawing those shoulder blades back. And then we're going to pulse the arms up and down. 5 pulses for the breath in. 5 pulses for the breath out. Working away. You can keep your legs down. That's it. 5 for the breath in. 5 for the breath out. One more breath cycle. Wonderful. We're going to bring the hands underneath the shoulders, lifting up into cobra, and sitting back, knees out, heels together. Yeah. And into shell stretch. Walk the hands across to the right, left hand stretching out over the right hand. Breathe in. And a long breath out. Over to the other side. Take a nice deep breath in. And a long breath out. Great. Okay, so from here we are going to come into plank again. And we're going to draw the right knee up in front and out to the side, and ease the left leg back for pigeon stretch. And from here we're going to do some modified push-ups. We're going to push down and back up. We're going for 6 this time. So that's 1, 2, 3. Think about your swan dive position for the neck. 4, and 5. Back in, we're going to come down, relax now, cross the arms and rest the head. Using our breath in to expand through that whole lower trunk and even the pelvis. And then a long breath out to feel the body getting heavy so that the stretch can really get into the tightness in the muscles and release. Another inhale. And on the next exhale, engaging the core muscles, so the pelvic floor, lower tummy, lower back. One hand down at a time. Keep the core working. We're going to come back into the plank, so toes tucked under, stretch back. Inhale. Exhale, opposite leg coming up and out and sliding the long leg back. And we're going to do our 6 push-ups. Last 2. Cross the arms and resting down. Take an expansive inhale, filling the chest, the lower trunk, the hips. And a long breath out and let the body feel really heavy, really supported. Another inhale. And as you breathe out, engage the pelvic floor, lower tummy, lower back, all those core muscles hugging in together. Come up on one hand, on the other, toes tucked under. We're coming into plank. Breathing in to hold and breathing out. Bring the knees down and we're going to lie onto our back, ball as a pillow, and we're on the wind down. So get nice and comfy on the ball. I'm going to lift the right leg up, holding behind the leg. Just working really on a hamstring stretch here and swaying the leg from side to side. Letting the breath just slow down as you become more relaxed. You can even just let the eyes gently close. And then relax that leg down, draw the other leg up. And a little sway from side to side. This time now, we're going to change legs again. And just going to get you to circle your ankle. So these stretches, not only are they stretching your hamstrings, they're also just freeing out the nerves along their pathway. So just keep swirling the foot with that stretch on. Sorry, just really rubbish at this phone. You can change the legs over. Will you just open that up for me, love? So make sure you feel that hamstring stretch. Even bring the arms, hands a bit lower, like there. That's it. And then swirl the foot, swirling it around all directions. Great. Wonderful. And we're going to then bend that knee, opposite leg straight. Take your hand, opposite hand across that knee and draw the leg across the body. And inhale. Feeling a big stretch through the hip, through the back. And exhale to the center. Let's change sides. Knee across to the outside of the the hand across the outside of the opposite knee. Take the knee across. You can use the other hand for balance, especially when you're going downhill. I think I'm actually having to hold on to a piece of grass here to keep my balance. So place your hand now on the top of your knee, like on the outside of the knee. Look, like this, on the top. Yeah. And turn to look in the opposite direction. So your whole spine is getting a twist. Inhale. And exhale, back to the middle. Amazing. Straighten out the legs. I'm going to let the head ease down to one side. Getting a nice stretch. And then across to the other side. Getting a little stretch the other way. Back to the middle. I'm going to place one hand on the tummy and one hand maybe on the breastbone or somewhere on the chest. And we're going to work on 3-part breathing, which is really wonderful exercise for breathing. So we're going to inhale and let the tummy rise, then the lower chest, and then the upper chest. And then exhale, let the upper chest relax down, then the lower chest, and then the tummy eases down. So that's one cycle. So again, breathe in, let the tummy expand in all directions, then the lower chest, and then the upper chest. And exhale, breathing out from the upper chest, lower chest, and tummy. And one more. Inhale, tummy rises, then the lower chest expands outwards and upwards, then the upper chest expands, breastbone lifting, collarbones, and exhale, relax down that upper chest, lower chest, and tummy. And we're just going to let the arms relax by our sides and enjoy relaxing the eyes closed. And just be the observer of your own breath. Notice your breathing without trying to change it now. Breathing in a nice, easy way, whatever feels natural. Notice the temperature of the air on the way in compared to on the way out. Notice the pace, any pauses, and how the body's feeling with that nice relaxed breathing. Begin to tune into the sounds around you in the distance, the nature around you. Sound of your own breath. So you take a deeper breath, hear the sound of your breath, and start to stretch out the arms and legs. The breath gets deeper as we start to move. You can hug one knee in at a time and just feel that nice massage to your lower back as you rock from side to side. And feel the core muscles just beginning to work again, just preparing to put one foot down, nice and light with one foot, nice and light with the other. Feel your spine lengthening out, grounding down through your feet. Ready for your evening ahead with a smile and finish on your class for this evening. Well done.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
That was really relaxing. mum was ready to